Pop culture. We all follow it. We're all affected by it, either subconsciously or willingly. The things we do, the people we follow, down to the foods we eat, are all influenced by society and the changes that occur within it.
Society has gone through countless changes, both culturally and historically, and these changes then affect the people that are living within the society. However, this acclimatization to the change is almost subconscious. It is easy to do what everyone else is doing, to see the outcomes of their decisions, be it good or bad. We get to then form our own decisions. However, if it does not work, we're able to turn to the millions of other people doing the same things as us. And because of this, we can infer that pop culture does not cause any change in society. And through this quote, he shows the same sentiments. He states that pop culture is a reflection of social change, not a cause of social change. And through this, he's trying to show that to see society, all you need to do is see pop culture. For example, if you want to see the type of music people are listening to, just turn on the radio. Or what kind of clothes people are wearing, just go into a shopping mall. However, through saying that is not a cause of social change, is not to detract from the amount of power that pop culture has in today's society.
So before we move on, I'd like to talk about what pop culture is. So pop culture, or popular culture, is the sum of television, literature, fashion, arts, and food that is consumed by the youth and or majority of society today. I'm sure many of you here in the audience today follow many of the trends that pop culture has created. I myself am a product of pop culture. In this digital age where information is so easily accessible, whether it be through the internet or various other mediums that it chooses to convey itself through, the way in which I see the world is molded in accordance to the current state of society. So, how does pop culture influence us? It influences our personalities, the people we choose to associate with, and the way we speak. Almost all aspects of life can be attributed to pop culture. Now let's look at pop culture in action. How many of you, by a show of hands, know who this man is? Okay, we have a few hands in the audience. So for those who don't know, this is Kanye West. He's a famous singer, rapper, and entrepreneur in this day and age. As of the past year, Kanye West has been one of the biggest contributors to pop culture. He became so idolized that his fans would do anything to be somewhat involved with him, whether it be through his music, which already had such a large following, or now, currently, through his fashion line. This pedestal that people put him on gave Kanye the power to influence change, to influence the way people perceive things and their opinions. Though, however, this wasn't his goal, but because of pop culture, this is what it has come to. Now let me come back to Kanye in a minute. Let's look at this. This is the Adidas Ultra Boost. It's a running shoe that was created by Adidas for the purpose of running. And the general response that was received from the sneaker community was ugly, not modern, and my dad would wear that. No offense to any dads in the audience. So, overall, the general response was negative. But then, what happens next is as follows. Kanye West decided to wear the Ultra Boost. After this, I'm sure a lot of you can guess what happened. The market for the Adidas Ultra Boost skyrocketed. These became one of the most sought-after sneakers on the market, and everyone who regarded them as ugly were now the ones who wanted to own them the most. Because of this, it created a wave of shoes of this nature to be regarded as high fashion and fashionable for the youth and the majority of society. Here are some examples of designers that have done their own take on shoes of this nature that are now regarded as top of the sneaker hierarchy. Here's Balenciaga, Yeezy by Kanye West, and Gucci.
The point we are trying to make is that pop culture has such a great hold on us. It manipulates us in a way whether we choose to be manipulated or not. It is safe. If we choose not to be judged, we should choose pop culture. If we want to be accepted, we would also look to choose pop culture. Yet this then leads to a lack of imagination, a lack of originality within our thought process, us just following the path that society has paved for us.
We choose to follow these trends that pop culture has created because we feel that if we follow them, we're accepted. Yes, it's easy, and yes, it's safe, but it's not always who we are. And that brings us to our next point.
As for many people, they may choose pop culture because they genuinely believe in the ideas that it possesses. Yet this is not necessarily true for all, as many people may be pressured to follow these ideas because other people are doing them also. Yet not everyone is like that. There are people that think outside of the box, drawn by society. There may be people that stream their music on Spotify, yet there are also people that listen to classical music on vinyl record players. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is an example of counterculture. So counterculture opposes the trends of mainstream society. Pop culture may encourage people to idolize different forms of media, whereas counterculture will encourage people to go against what is popular, to forge their own path with new ideas. Some examples of this may be hipsters, vegetarians, or the rock and roll movement, all who have made very significant changes. And to go against this tide that is pop culture is very important, as going against something as powerful as culture can end up being something powerful in itself. One of the largest examples that we see in today's society of counterculture can be said to be the hipster movement. This is a large group of people embracing something different on purpose, for the sole reason of going against what is popular. They dress in a certain way, eat certain foods, and listen to a distinct type of music, all facets that compose culture. Yet they are all specifically curated for them to go against what society has said for them to do. It's them trying to find new ideologies, a new path, with their values even resonating with past subcultural movements within the United States.
So after looking at these two sides, pop culture and counterculture, it got us thinking. What if one didn't exist, or one ceased to exist? Let's take a scenario, for example. What if counterculture didn't exist at all? Wouldn't then pop culture just be culture? This brought us to a conclusion, that pop culture and counterculture are both interdependent. In order for one to thrive, the other needs to exist. And this made us realize something. If everyone had the same opinions, choices, political views, etc., then there would be no such thing as innovation. What do I mean by that? Well, if everyone saw eye to eye and had the same preferences, then we wouldn't see a need to make a change, or I should say, improve what we have today.
And this clash of cultures is extremely important. It allows the ideas of different people from different backgrounds to bounce off of each other, eventually allowing for the advancement of society.
What we want you to take away from this presentation is that whether you're associated with pop culture or counterculture, they're both two important cogs that are present in the machine that is society.
So do not be afraid to open your mind to new ideas or to follow a path that not many other people are taking. Say yes to change.
Because it's the ones that are different that make a difference. Thank you very much. My name is Binu.
And my name is Ibraheem Uzbeck.
Thanks.